Right, welcome everyone. Hopefully we're live. We're just looking at some red warning on the dashboard. We plugged in something that is going to be revealed tomorrow, actually. So we can't talk about it.
Quite fun.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Exciting.
How can we allude to it without?
Well, I can look at it. Oh, that's pretty.
Ask us in chat if you want us to allude to something that's it's gonna come out tomorrow. And welcome everyone. Welcome Blacker. We see you here, #1 fan. And we scheduled. I scheduled this one a bit earlier, Sam, and I did a different thumbnail, just to like revitalize it.
Yeah, but you stole my trainers.
No, that one didn't come out. I actually don't even know the version that came out. Oh! And I selected vertical stream.
Oh,
So we should be vertically streamed. As you can see, it's an absolutely terrible cut of the
of just the middle.
Just the between us.
Wow, that's a lot of latency.
Stream settings. Dual streams.
Oh, there we go. It's just started.
So, yeah. So the people in vertical land are going to have an absolutely terrible time here. But let us know if the chat's working. We have to test this because it doesn't always work, as we know, Sam.
I get that at least so it's centered to the vertical.
As we've seen previously, on the prompter as well. Yeah, good to be back. Big weekend of racing. I've been covering Moto America. I feel like I'm a Moto America expert now.
You're now officially a motorbike
guy. I think I am actually going to get a motorbike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to just say I will be the next host of this when Kireth is recovering in hospital. Maybe hear my own pressing buttons. I'm not sure what they do.
No, but I want to get a 125. I want to get a 125 because then they're not very expensive compared to cars. So you get them new with like warranty and everything. I might actually get more into like maintenance, stuff like that. I can see that happening. So I'm just trying to. I've lost Windows here. Welcome down, Loki. Wing, can I ask you why you always push more to PC than console with wheel and bases? Why you always push more to PC? Not sure what that means.
I'm guessing that's why you're using them on the PC more than on the console. And if that is your question, I'll answer it for you. And it's just the pure ease and compatibility is my guess.
Yeah, exactly.
For us streaming and Kireth filming, recording, stuff like that, even though it might work on console, the pure ease of just plugging it into a PC is a lot easier.
Adam Bassini asked, do you think Evo can be, I'm guessing, in the top 3 of Sims? Well, we have to decide what the top 3 of Sims actually is, which includes iRacing, has to be up there.
iRacing Arcade.
iRacing.
Does it include Project Motor?
Welcome, Vlad Criswell. Good to see you again. Have you been tempted by, and let us know if the stream's running okay, by the way, because it may not be. Have you been tempted by iRacing Arcade?
I have. I haven't downloaded it.
£25?
I've been super busy, but it is...
£25,
yeah,
okay.
I think that's fine. For a game, I'm guessing it's going to be... Have they ever said there's going to be like DLC for it?
Yeah, there'll 100% be DLC for iRacing. There's no split screen in it. And the online servers are like, you have to use codes to...
Yeah, the same as Circuit Superstars.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably wait till it comes out on console though.
Yeah. Well, you played it a lot on stream last time.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing with it. But I would probably ease off me and my son to play against each other. Just wait for it on console.
Yeah, I think console's a big one. It's interesting that they've gone for a PC-only launch because you think the market is actually probably smaller for that on PC. Welcome Susie K as well. So Adam's saying iRacing and LMU are top 2 right now. So you're placing LMU above the original Assetto Corsa. You're placing LMU above Gran Turismo.
Yeah. I suppose it's very dependent on what platform you're playing on. Because if he doesn't play on PlayStation, then never going to judge Gran Turismo, is he?
Yeah, let us know which platform you're on.
However, if he is on PlayStation and PC, then that's very controversial to leave. I mean, he's still got one spot left, isn't it? Top 3. So.
Yeah, so you're saying can Evo go in there? I mean, I think Evo needs to outdo the original AC. It seems like Kunos are kind of like not doing anything with ACC, which is a shame because the funny thing is like every other sim seems to be trying to do GT3s.
Yeah.
But Kunos already did it with ACC. It's a really good GT3 simulator. Adam's just moved to PC. Well, let us know what you're rocking. Let us know on the equipment front what you're rolling with. It's been a while since we've done a few. Oh, I've updated my site SimRigger.
SimRigger?
Yeah.
What's the one you sent me, SimDoctor?
Yeah.
And that looks great.
So SimRigger is probably what I sent you. So we've now got FANATEC on there.
Yeah.
Consbit on there.
Yeah.
THRUSTMASTER on there. Logitech on there.
Nice. All the big brands.
All the big brands. All the prices they update, images and the discounts, etc. So you can now build your rigs with SimRigger. Adam says a 4060 Ti. That's what I was running in here. You've got the 8GB, 16GB with a Ryzen 550. How's your PC thing going?
Fine.
So your one happened?
Well, yeah, so it happened, it all got changed. My toes get cold now.
It's too cold.
It's water cooled and it just draws out so much cold air.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But apart from that, I've had zero. It's a little bit.
Is that the old server case one, or you had an old server case one?
The old server case is gone.
Okay.
I've now got a proper case.
Yeah.
Went with no lights. Apart, so always got is like
Stealth.
The Geoforce.
B2.
The B2 stealth bomber. And I always got like the green Geoforce.
GeForce. Oh, on the GPU.
On the GPU.
Yeah.
And it just lights up like the screen. Underneath my desk, so I don't need all the fancy lights.
And you took the 180, 1080.
Yes, 1080 Ti over to it, but that will be my next.
You might want to have a look at what
good.
You might have a look at the price on that on the second-hand market. Like people might be trying to snap those up.
It's still solid. Like you compare it to a lot of modern ones, it's still the only downside which I can see is quite power hungry. Modern ones. Apart from that,
and also the other thing is it doesn't have probably DLSS and all the newer firmware stuff. In fact, are you still getting firmware updates for that? Okay. It won't have the frame gen that the new ones have, but it doesn't need it. It's brute force it. Welcome, New Gen VR Club. Good evening, Kira-san. If I remember, you're still waiting on your GT Mega delivery, and we're wondering whether that's been held up in the. Well, I don't think GT Mega.
The Australian.
Where's it going to? Well, I was just saying it's probably not stuck in the Strait of Hormuz, is it?
No,
GT Mega's manufacturing is based in like Baghdad.
Yeah, just oil based.
Yeah, that wouldn't make the news if it was those rigs.
See, I remember the Australian.
Yeah, so remind us what's going on with the order, what the latest is, because obviously we do a lot with GT Mega. They were sponsored the Sim Racing show yesterday, so it's important that we know all about that. So it's going to Romania. Okay, so. From GT Mega from Scotland. I wonder, have you experienced any supply chain issues and stuff you're doing?
No, but purely because it's been the Chinese New Year, so I kind of haven't had.
Have you seen shipping because you're air freighting, I guess? Basically.
Yeah, but because of the Chinese New Year, I haven't done a new shipment.
It'll be interesting if you notice general prices have gone up.
But I imagine delivery going from China to me is going to be. I don't know when it's next going to come. It's got to fly over, unless they go. First way and over America and stuff like that, but
yeah, so he's all good. Just waiting for Sprint to come. Let us know what setups you're running in the chat. By the way, this is like a Q&A. I'm gonna put a Q&A graphic up.
That's what I was going to say.
What?
I don't think you didn't send me SimRigger.
RC RV CAB says thank you for putting out the video AI reviews. Yeah, did you see the video about AI channels?
I saw the title.
Okay.
Yes, I saw it, and is it the thing which we've been talking about, where they just take your stuff?
They just those AI slot
it's just general the way the world goes now. It's like the laziest thing possible.
Yeah. Don't know if anyone else has seen that video, but you know what's interesting? No other YouTuber has made a video about it, and I think there's a chance that maybe that site is run by a YouTuber.
You reckon?
And they're diversifying.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get just AI to write it,
or maybe people just don't like saying controversial. It's not even. Maybe it is controversial to say, "Hey, this is a scam," but in this world, people don't want to put their head above the parapet. And I think it's right to say to you guys, there'll be people now watching those videos that is not going to be giving you truthful information because they haven't even used the products. They're not on the desk or whatever.
Yeah, it's someone else's product, someone else's videos. They can literally write whatever they want and make it slanderous if they had to.
Yeah.
Not if they had to, if they fancied.
But the thing that I find interesting is if people are not going to speak about that, like sim racing YouTubers, what else are they not speaking about? But I guess it's an opportunity for us because we'll always speak about it.
So going to SB100Z's comment, do you see any big PC brands getting PlayStation compatibility this year? I have an idea of one.
Okay.
I reckon MOZA's going to happen this year.
Well, they've just done a big reveal on their, and they didn't tease PlayStation. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I personally would say MOZA, most likely. Out of all the brands at the moment, me, MOZA is the most likely. Because they've got the Xbox already. They're very well established now. They've got a nice big range. They have an entry level stuff, the R3, ES type setup.
The R3 is the absolute bits. The R3 just destroys so much of the industry.
I can see Sony probably being the one. MOZA being the one given permission by Sony next. But that's my personal opinion. It could.
I wonder how much.
Turn out to be Turtle Beach.
Yeah, I wonder how much, because the brands already pay Sony for a license fee. I wonder if the existing brands kind of don't want any new brands coming to. There's a bit of
like
a
no complete.
Don't say cartel, but it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole mafia.
Yeah.
THRUSTMASTER, LOGITECH, FANATEC.
Yeah, the
it.
PlayStation mafia. I don't know. We'll see. Adam says, do you think Evo needs free roam over tracks? I think they should really prioritize putting some free roam area in. Like we at the Sim Racing Expo. God no, this is ages ago. It's over a year ago. It's going to be up to almost 2 years. They said they were going to launch a free roam area, a small one, very quickly. Still hasn't happened. So, you know, we did see Evo this year. I interviewed the Kunos founder, Marco Mazzaruta, and again, we were talking about free roam then. We didn't get to play anything there behind closed doors, so it seems to be a long way off. RC surprised Boosted Media didn't say, well, Boosted Media did comment on the video. I don't think Boosted Media is releasing that many videos these days. I see.
Is that because he's doing AI slot? Are you playing?
I think he's doing flight sim or something. So maybe he's trying to build up some flight sim stuff. RC, any info on the MOZA motion rig? I use a MOZA R12 and SimMagic GT Neo with SimMagic pedals. No information. Obviously, we saw MOZA in Las Vegas. The motion rig from MOZA, they're going to have to be really careful about it. Because when I think MOZA, I think it just works. Like I plug it in, I connect my wheel, it just works. The firmware upgrader is not the best, but it's better than FANATEC. And it's kind of like relatively simple to use. By that I mean like this wheel works on any MOZA base. Any MOZA base works on this wheel. Yeah. It's not the same with FANATEC, for example. However, motion is inherently complicated.
Yeah. There's a lot of information trying to go through a lot of things very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculously quick. They have to.
I wonder if motion is going to stretch MOZA a little bit. But we will see. Joseph, do I need the Logitech G adapter for the Logitech RS50 and PS5? No, you don't. The RS50 plugs straight into the PS5. Unless you've got different pedals, you don't need it. But thanks for asking your question. Keep your questions coming. Hank, when will the FANATEC podium pedals be released? It feels so long ago we tried them.
What was it? 6 months? No.
I'd say
5 months ago?
6 months probably.
Wow.
So, I don't know, but the podium DDs come out. You know, how many people in chat have thought about getting a podium DD? You know, how many people are really thinking about that? The podium DD is selling a lot of hotcakes, and they might want to push out the podium pedals, but maybe they almost don't want to.
They don't want to take away the sales from this, so maybe they wait for like the curves to start going back down again.
Because it certainly seems like they have them.
Yeah.
The ones we tried there did not seem like brittle prototypes. To be fair, it's not like THRUSTMASTER, where THRUSTMASTER we had to go into a closed room. And, you know, it was kind of prepared for us, the room, and probably after we went, they checked it. The FANATEC ones, people were just...
It's in the public.
Public
bashing.
Eye.
Everyone can go on it whenever they want it. Yeah.
So it's a pedal race. It's a great video, actually, to make, race between the pedals.
What's coming out first?
Yeah, which is going to come out
first. THRUSTMASTER Q1, which is getting very close.
Yeah. THRUSTMASTER got to get a move on. Adam says, not me. Remind us what you're running, Adam. I can't remember what you're running. RC says, not a fan of FANATEC, too much of a closed ecosystem. Yeah, I guess those pedals you can run separately. You run V3s. You still run V3s. Are you running Conspit at the moment?
Conspit.
But you are running
V3s
on MOZA.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah, on the wheelbase and the rims, it's closed. Welcome, Chris.
And QR codes. The QRs on. So
Major says, all my gear is MOZA R21 Ultra, R21 Ultra, KS wheel, and CRPTs. Yeah, really good combo that. Decided not to go for the... Well, we've got a CS Pro behind here. The KS Pro is similar. I think the KS and CS Pros from MOZA haven't by any stretch destroyed the base KS and CS because price is king. And the KS is 229. I think the CS is 229. And most people will go like, well, I don't think I need a screen. If you want to get it, then great. This is a wheel that probably looks more expensive than it is.
Yes, with the forged carbon on it.
Yeah, this is $349, but it looks more expensive. That is the same price as the Thrustmaster, but when you put them up close and personal, this one looks way better. I think a lot of people are going for the KS and CS, partly on the price. Yeah, anyone else in chat, let us know your setup. Adam Bassini still on T248 since just bought my PC, waiting to save up. Yeah, you can do it bit by bit. Not thinking about a T598, interestingly. Let us know why you're not thinking of a T598 to keep it in the Thrustmaster family. Yeah, this one's solid, except I did lose a screw in that one if you shake it.
Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Where you asked me to take it apart and see if I...
Yeah.
Sounds like it's wedged itself in.
I think there's magnets in there.
Sounds like it's wedged itself in, so I won't worry about it anymore.
Yeah. And the top shifters, so the top shifters are extra. For me,
Why?
I'm not at the stage where I'm going to be... The only thing I could say on those that makes a lot of logical sense is black boxes.
Yeah, to scroll through.
Yeah. And
Which
maybe
in
that would be a
hindsight,
mind thing for me. Like,
I should have done that on the FSR too. So I was
With
like,
the
I'm
thing,
never going to use it.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that never even crossed my
Yeah,
mind.
that's the obvious one.
It's so obvious I didn't even.
Because you don't need to.
That makes. Well, I mean, I used the little.
It's still a bit. The thing is, when you do a funky switch, it's you never really, because they're 8-way, right? You're never really sure if you're going to go up or down, and sometimes
Or it's slightly diagonal.
Yeah, so the hit rate is probably, I don't know, every 100 times I press it, I probably messed it up 5 times at least, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. If in a race, if I want to go across, maybe 5 times out of 100, actually I misregister it.
Okay.
I get it wrong.
Yeah.
So here, if that miss rate is going to be 0, then
Yeah, no, I mean, that literally had never crossed my mind about finding that.
Which is a better upgrade, R21 or R25? Well, the R25 is a bit better, not just because of the Newton meters, but it also has a torque sensor. But the R21 for $699, there's a lot of Newton meters for $699. But I do think the R25 is better, having reviewed both. Adam says the 5 Newton meters of the T598 is too low. It's interesting. So the 8 of the Logitech is just enough. And Hank recently upgraded from DD Pro to DD Extreme, just waiting to upgrade pedals.
Is he waiting for those podium pedals?
Yeah, that's exactly. You waiting for the podiums. Also, Hank, you've just upgraded to DD Extreme. I'm guessing because you're on PlayStation. Otherwise, there would be no reason to go for DD Extreme. Are you would you have considered getting the podium if it was PlayStation compatible? Oh, that's a really interesting question.
And there's another question: as you're on PlayStation, if you had the FANATEC and MOZA were compatible, would you have gone to MOZA? That's just a question. I'm not saying that it is going to happen or anything like that. Just as a question, if MOZA was compatible on PlayStation, would that have made you think about it with the FANATEC?
Yeah. Fast Ginger, I've been waiting on Project Motor Racing to feel after this new update will be worth it. The main thing for me on Project Motor Racing is price. I don't know if you can check on your phone time. Would you mind checking the price of Project Motor Racing? Because they very stubbornly didn't lower the price, and it came out not in early access, it came out at full price point. But if and when that game goes down to £20, I'll give you an example. If a game
I won't buy it at that price.
Because you've got too much other stuff going on, you don't need to.
Because I feel, as my own personal opinion, I feel a company who releases something as a beta should not be pricing anything high. It should be free to very cheap if it's as a beta. Full release, charge whatever you want, I don't care. But for someone to beta test it or beta test it, whatever you say, to beta test a product for you, to help upgrade it, why are they paying full price? It's never made sense to me. I think the likes of Fortnite and stuff like that, where it's free but you got the add-ons, that's the way to go if you're beta testing. I never ever agreed with paying full price for something like that, which is not finished.
I think the best thing Project Motor Racing could have done, let's go back in time and where we were in Germany when we play tested the game about a month early, and we're both like, swapping on the rig. Like, you drive it. What is it the same for you? No, you
Yeah.
did that. You know, like, it doesn't make any sense. I think the best thing they could have done is done like a 3-lap demo, completely free. They got a big publisher in Giants. So Giants can make that happen.
Yeah.
And it can be like, hey, this is Project Motor Racing. Here's a demo. They get a ton of feedback, and they use that to just iterate the launch. The little bits they're probably doing now, like we know they're doing with, like, they added the radar in, little explainers, tire warmers.
That's the thing. Why are people paying full price for a game which doesn't even have a radar in?
Because I think they didn't. So the reason it doesn't have it didn't have a radar in is they've philosophically believed that a sim racing game shouldn't have a radar. And if you read some of the nonsense messages they were coming out with at the time, like, oh, in real racing you don't have a radar. Also, in real racing, it's really difficult to overtake.
And in real racing, you can sit on the bonnet.
Yeah. So exactly, yeah, behind. But no, but we had conversations with them. They were very confident in their underlying model, right, for the game. And when people were saying like, oh, the day before no one could drive it, they were like, oh, because people said it at 6 a.m. and therefore it's really cold in real life. It's like, well, no, that shouldn't be easy to do. Like, it's still a game.
And also, surely Le Mans at 6 a.m. don't have an issue.
Yeah.
I've just never personally agreed with betas being paid for, especially full prices. I mean, remember when we were younger and you get the magazines with the
I think they should have done that. I think they should have done a demo. But I think that price has to come down to £20. But the thing I was going to say, sometimes it won't save a game. We saw with Test Drive Limited Crown also had a very rough launch. That game is now free right now, I think, on PlayStation Plus. I think.
Same with Steam, it's $59.99.
Yes, that's nonsense.
That's what it's saying on Steam.
So to give credit to Rensport, I did go out to Rensport, and I'm going to make another video on Rensport.
It has only got 2 stars though.
Yeah.
Out of 862 reviews.
So when I went to see Rensport, their big thing was we're going to double the content and half the price. And to me, double the content is kind of arbitrary because you could add a layout or something.
Yeah.
But half the price is not arbitrary. So I think it's.
So what's that half it down to?
I think it's 50 to 24. So going down, and the thing is, Rensport's in a difficult position because they were kind of like free to play before or something like that.
I get that iRacing is bigger, and not as iRacing, but arcade is not as involved, obviously. But that's a full game, £25.
Well, I mean, it's slippery so because iRacing Arcade's got 8 cars and 8 tracks or something, so there's not a lot of content in iRacing Arcade.
Yeah, but it's still a finished game. They're not asking for people. Oh, let's just. Can you give me a bit of grace here because the brakes don't?
No, but I think on that same point, actually, Project Motor Racing seems like they just added in a load of cars. And there was a point almost before launch. It was getting silly. They were tripping over themselves with car announcements because they wanted to announce.
It's almost like they want to distract from the game.
No,
Here's more cars.
No, I don't think so. It was getting silly. Like every day there was a car announcement, and it's almost like they knew they needed to announce every car before the game.
Yeah.
But there were so many getting online last moment. It was silly.
Yeah.
And actually, what happened with the handling is that it seemed to be they were stretched too thin. And like we drove like the AMG GT3 at Silverstone, right in Germany. It was just like, this is just a nonsense. This car's just a nonsense. This car makes no sense. So I think they tried to avoid having too few cars. On paper, had a load of cars, but actually made the game worse.
Yeah.
But at least in iRacing Arcade, actually, all the cars had to handle differently. Let's try and catch up here on the chat because I got a bit carried away. Flacker, can we get some support for Kirsten and Sam? Each like, yeah, I agree. Everyone hit the like button, smash that like button. Let's try and get up to 50 likes, quick time. I think we can do it. We're already on 30 likes. We can get to 50. We could aim for 100. Why don't we aim for 100 likes?
Aim for 100?
Yeah.
We hit 100 before.
I don't think so. We aim for 100. Chat, I want to see us get 100 likes here. If MOZA was compatible with PS, I would have bought them 2 years ago and got FANATEC. Friendly says, welcome, Yanis.
So that answers my question then.
If Podium would release a PS version, I would go for it. I run a lot on PC, but won't give up Gran Turismo for the actual Podium base. Yeah, a bit strange they didn't go for PlayStation on the Podium, given it's already $1,100.
Yeah.
Farton, should we consider Rensport? You're under no obligation to reconsider any of these games. Like they have to make it attractive enough for you. I would say Rensport is the point of reconsidering. And this is a little bit chicken and egg. If the lobbies are full in Rensport, there's really good racing happening on Rensport, it's really good crossplay, then you might be doing yourself a disservice not checking it out. However, it's chicken and egg.
Yeah,
who's going to get
the lobbies aren't going to get
exactly.
good if no one's going to it.
Yeah.
If no one's playing it, sorry.
Meanwhile, Project Motor Racing is a lot more subjective because I think Rennsport is really about, for me, is about good racing. So therefore, the fundamentals of the sim are actually not as important. Which Project Motor Racing is about, this is a real sim. So and that's really subjective, like what a good sim is. Like at the same time, we were at Sim Racing Expo and saying we don't know how good this is. The literal Stig was on stage saying this is the best handling game ever. So you explain to me how that one works. Yeah. Hank says, not after having the Extreme, it has more than enough power. I will never buy MOZA, USA all the way. Yes, I know China manufacture it, but at least FANATEC is an American company. Whoa, calling FANATEC an American company is
it's a stretch.
That's a spicy one. That's a spicy one. Welcome, Simber, as well. Fine line between confidence and ignorance. Yeah, is that in reference to Project Motor Racing? I think you bought that as well, didn't you? You were racing early on, potentially. Adam says RS50 seems to have good FFB and quality for the price, and Thrustmaster wheels are too expensive, even the SF1000. Welcome, Rodman, as well. Arsty, what about Race Room? Been seeing a lot more content about it. Race Room for me is one of these ones that struggles for me to get above the radar for me. Race Room, Automobilista, like I've got enough sims.
I see absolutely nothing. It's a hard word for me.
They're releasing stuff all the time. They're releasing. They've got
mods
all the time.
You got mods in there.
They don't need mods really because they just release a ton of cars. The latest ones I can't remember. It might be old school Le Mans or Formula cars they've got.
Bring back R Factor. Make that the number one.
R Factor 1.
The number one sim racing game.
Oh, for instance, it's a German company owned by an American conglomerate. Yeah, FANATEC. I mean, you should ask Corsair whether FANATEC is a German company. We went to Las Vegas, and we went to see Corsair. We went to see FANATEC. Let's be honest, it was Corsair.
It was Corsair.
It was Corsair.
Yeah, the whole thing, their whole section was Corsair, and then here's a tiny little bit.
However, given the issues FANATEC have had in the past, is that not a sensible thing to do?
I'm more than happy with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining at it. It would be nice to see some more cool stuff, but it makes sense, obviously, with financial issues in the past of FANATEC. Why not push the bigger brands like Corsair, Elgato, and stuff like that, instead of, which essentially is the smallest brand, one of the smallest brands they probably have.
So the interesting, I think, obviously, Corsair is a much bigger brand than FANATEC. There's way more numbers than whatever. FANATEC sells way more expensive products than Corsair sells on average.
No, what about the RAM nowadays?
Well, yeah, well, okay, but they're not.
I get your point.
No. So that's a great point, but the answer is a bit unusual because probably a 64 stick of RAM now is probably £1,000. Let's say, okay. Now, the Podium DD is over £1,000. So Corsair's gone so expensive they can't sell it, and it's just run of the mill for FANATEC.
Yeah.
So yeah, if in a way, I think
£1,000 for the RAM.
Yeah.
It's too expensive. £1,000 for the wheelbase.
And by the way, no one's talking about this. Aren't we really lucky that sim racing fundamentally is not affected by the crazy RAM prices? It's not like these wheelbases have RAM in them. Like it could be a component, it could be some like motors or something, you know. But it's not like the price of the sim racing products is going down. This is what we spoke to ASETEK CEO in Las Vegas. Yeah, let us know what you think in the chat. And 12 more likes to get to 50 likes. But come on, we want to get the debate going. We want to hear your thoughts. This is your chance. This is your chance to let us know exactly what you think, because you know that we go and speak to the CEOs and we speak to the companies. So although normally we would be classed as influencers, actually really you are the influencers here. You could influence us.
Let me know.
Yeah, influencers. Jay Brown, I believe the PMR hype. Pre-ordered the deluxe on PS5. Uninstalled within a month. I felt robbed. Lesson learned. Also FANATEC over MOZA. Yeah, the hype. Let's not forget the hype. And I think I saw a article today. I didn't read it, but I saw a headline where it looks like people are trying to hype it again, and it's like a bit like
really?
deja vu. Yeah. Because it's people of short memories, and I feel like some people like to hype stuff. It's easy to hype stuff. It's difficult to when we're there in Germany, right? And they've been very accommodating and given us access.
Well, yes, they were accommodating,
Yeah.
but we also thought we were getting the room to ourselves.
Yeah, okay, but you know,
yeah.
so give us access. They're very hands off. They're just chatting. They're not trying to influence us at all. It's the easy thing to do when out there's oh yeah, great game, yeah, that's really awesome. The difficult thing is say we don't understand the handling here. Can you explain it to us? Which is what we did. So it's easier to hype than to criticize, and I'm just worried again with Project Motor Racing, we're seeing the easy answer, which is just to hype stuff.
Which if they paid someone to hype it, very easy for them to do.
Yeah, so we will see. But yeah, Project Motor Racing Rennsport had to be on their redemption. Gran Turismo 7 update was announced yesterday. Another SUV coming in that. It's like another SUV, Renault Capture. I think it's been announced today actually formally. So
and these are Peugeot 5008.
They've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got it. It's a 2008.
No, the bigger one.
Oh, they got 2008.
I don't know.
Okay.
But Eric's just bought a Peugeot 5008
26
in real
plate.
life. But he's just bought one in real life, so and he obviously plays Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
He needs that.
You can just wide body the 2008.
It's just a spaz, really, isn't it?
You just says Asalith. What about Asalith? Rodman, all these companies popping out stuff has me worried about buying something new. FANATEC is Corsair after the troubles. I like ASETEK stuff. It looks like they're selling Conspit is newer. Yeah, ASETEK is the ASETEK company is being sold, but here's a little bit of news. Actually, didn't come from Messenger. ASETEK has rebranded
to
ASETEK Racing.
Oh, big.
Which makes sense because it's like, well, makes sense.
Well,
but also makes
they do fans and stuff like that.
but also makes it easier to separate.
Yeah,
this is ASETEK Racing.
Two different brands.
Whereas before it was all probably Synergy and like. But yeah, that's happened with ASETEK. What surprised you most about Las Vegas? Thanks, RC. I think it's great that you guys doing the sim racing because of the voice. Honestly, just post it on the forums now. Post this stream on the forums now, and just say we're live. It'd be great to get the word out. What surprised you most about Las Vegas?
Are we talking about the actual Oh God, that's
what
rolled across my leg.
Okay, you had a massive.
I thought it was tangled my leg.
From the bush.
Are you on about Las Vegas itself or the actual show? Because there'll be two very different answers for me.
Yeah, that was Sam's first time in the States, actually. But hard to believe that was 3 months already. Aslith again. Answer for Pete Watson. What's Pete Watson's question?
What's the best third party?
Okay, yeah, Aslith, yeah. We've got the carbon fibre Aslith rim. The thing to bear in mind about it is that although the rim itself is very nice, I don't think the grips. Yeah, I don't think the grips are as good as the Logitech in-house one, but it is cheaper. You can even see the way they've done the grips. Right, it goes around the metal to screw them in.
So I mean, it makes sense for a small company.
They're still molded. They're not.
Yeah, this is molded, but it's easier to mold two separate things and then bolt it together than to mold it.
So you mold it around that, and then you separate them, and you screw them in.
Eva, he said. I was most amazed, and like Kirith said, I've never been to America before. It's the first time I've been to America. Free alcohol
in the casinos.
In the casino. I mean, when you think about it, and the plane. If you think about it, it makes sense. Get them drunk, they stay in, they'll lose money. But it blew my mind. I was like, sweet, I've won some money and
you
drunk
don't have alcohol, you can have coffee. Now the coffee is because these are this creamer, it's so nice.
Oh, and another surprise, your cups of tea. That cup of tea I had in the sim show was one of the worst things I ever drank. You remember on the last day?
Sim show?
Sim show. CES.
Yeah.
I had that cup of tea where you went and wandered off and then you came back and I was like, this is horrible.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, this is equally as bad.
Yeah.
That was horrendous.
And also, we didn't have I took tea out with us, but we didn't have a kettle in the room.
Yeah.
Because we stayed so budget. You will not believe how budget.
I was alright with it.
Well, I mean,
but my expectations
the premises
were way
looked
lower.
fundamentally unsafe, I would say.
Super GT back to FANATEC.
We did have to change the room about 3 times for various things not working.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So yeah, Super GT. I'm guessing that's now official. Is back to FANATEC. Yeah, Super GT, SimMagic have been, by the looks of things, have been dropped. So, what this means for SimMagic, I don't know. Because
how much of it is official?
Let's check. Before we talk about it.
Check how much of this is official.
Are we going to the one in Charlotte, North Carolina? If we can work something out. if we can work something out, it's got to make sure that it makes sense basically. By the way, is anyone watching in vertical? Because I've selected the button where it's also meant to work in vertical.
Yeah, so there you go. Posted a video on it.
Okay,
That would be why I suspect he's gone from SimMagic.
So FANATEC, Porsche, Nordschleife, Racing Max Verstappen as well. It's all happening there.
Yeah, so if a big company like that came to me and said, hey, drop SimMagic, put you in a Porsche and a Nordschleife, I'd be like, done.
So we look at the Super GT's history. So being a FANATEC, racing driver, let's just say, going SimMagic, is this a bit like, who's made a move like that in Formula 1? Is it a bit like Alonso?
Is it just a direct sideways move? Has he gone up? Has he gone down?
Yeah,
Has he Alonso thinking, yeah, I'm going to be in with the right team? No.
Is it Ricciardo going to Renault and then like Ricciardo? Where did Ricciardo go after Renault? McLaren.
McLaren. Yeah.
Yes, is it? Yeah, but so this, so.
And then left McLaren, and then McLaren started winning. Yeah, because Piastri was his replacement.
Would it be a bit like Hamilton going back to Mercedes now? This is what this would be like. Like I didn't really work out Ferrari.
Could well be.
Yeah, Jimmy in there as well, Misha in there, so that's awesome to see. Proper GT3. Mm-hmm. We were probably both there the same day Jimmy started racing in Club 100. I was racing in the same.
I was there. I don't know if it was his first race, but I saw him at Red Lodge.
Oh, okay, I didn't go to Red Lodge.
I don't know if that was his first race or his second race or something.
I think Buck I remember his first one because people were like, oh, that's Jimmy with silver helmet back then.
The silver Studio.
And then I remember being at Rye when there were some mad crashes because it was so wet.
Okay, it's always wet.
Yeah. Welcome MPK. Good afternoon for Colorado. Good to have you. Yeah. Any more questions? Keep them coming in. Welcome Nezzy as well. Good to see you. Let us know what you're racing at the moment. Ask us sim racing question. I'm gonna make this bigger.
Yeah.
I'll put it over our foreheads.
Hank, I like the architecture of Las Vegas. It was really cool to see all the different buildings. Some of them were weird.
Different imitations.
Yeah, I didn't like Paris, obviously, with the indoor.
You didn't like Paris?
I didn't like being indoors with the sky above me.
Oh, the Miracle Mile.
No, it's all painted. I didn't like that. I said that to you there on the day as well. I wasn't a big fan of that bit.
Yeah.
Architecture was cool. I liked a lot of that. It was cleaner than I thought it was going to be. Way cleaner.
To be fair, having thought about it, having been to Vegas before a few times, Vegas did really feel empty. And now it's winter, but it is CES, and we were walking a lot. Like we did a lot of walking.
We did like 40 miles in 5 days. It was something stupid.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the Venetian.
Monorail was good. That was really good.
Oh, the monorail was a lifesaver. We bought monorail tickets in advance, and we stopped off at every day at, where was it? The Link or something. So it was a free mystery shop, which was the same.
Oh yeah, we did that random Irish pub or whatever it was in there. It was the same shot every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Want to go back next year, but again, we got to make these things work. Like as a community, like it has to work between the brands, us, and the community. Like all has to kind of come together in a sweet spot. So it would be good to do Charlotte.
Looks like something's blurred out there. But it's actually just the light. But I was looking at it, I was like, what's that blurred out?
No, it's just the wheel.
I don't know, it's a light reflection, but that perfectly looks like a blurring on the image.
But yeah, it says on Twitter, let us know. Come on, everyone must have a sim racing question. Everyone in chat, try and ask us the most.
You know what I'm going to do?
Immediate sim racing question. Like, are you going to get whiteboard out?
I can do it on the way back. I'm going to go to the toilet, and by the time I come back,
In fact, get the whiteboard because I think I've been kicking around this pen. So we've got the whiteboard pen.
I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm hoping by the time I come back, there's a whole stack.
Yeah.
Also, if you want a wheel out display,
we need questions basically.
Oh, you want big boy?
Yeah.
I think it's still got my stuff on it.
Did you take it with you?
Yeah, I borrowed it off you from Carmania, didn't I?
Alright, so if anyone wants some karting prices.
These are old prices and I have jacked them all up. I mean...
Well, this was last day Kartmania, right?
270. I was self-moving. Alright, I'll be back in. I'm expecting big stuff here.
Yeah. Not very... Oh, shoot. I'm not very good with the whiteboard. Matty says, hey fellas, I have a Logitech G923 set. I'll be upgrading in a few months. Am I wasting my time learning to trail brake without load cells? You're not no, you're not wasting your time. It's just a bit easier with. Let me know if you can hear me, boy. I'll turn out. It's just a bit easier with load cells because it's easier for you to feel the pressure. But you should 100. You will be trail braking already, whether you kind of like feel it or not. If you're going around, so yeah, I would actually spend more time learning how to trail brake, and then you'll appreciate load cells more. And remember, if you're on G923, you can get the Logitech adapter thing, and you can get the RS pedals with a load cell already on G923. What's your opinion on belt tensioners? So I've tried quite a few. For me, there's a massive thing here about convenience. Like belt tensioners, if you go to who are belt tensioner companies selling these to, right? If you're a sim center, which is like imagine like F1 Arcade and these places, then that's a great experience with a belt tensioner because you want to go somewhere and feel like you're in a racing car. If you're sat at home, I don't want to strap into my belt tensioner. I don't want to be in a 6-point harness, and then my baby needs some attention. I'm in a 6-point harness. I don't want I don't want to have a phone in my pocket and I'm trying to get into a 6-point harness. So I don't. For me, belt tensioners are like a little bit where it gets to the point where it's just do a track day, and we are doing a track day. Probably the belt tensioners gave me the inspiration to organise the sim racing track day. Welcome, Dugs. New gen planning to supply either BMW podium or the Bentley. I wouldn't get the Bentley. I think the Bentley doesn't seem to be very well supported, whereas the BMW is just like it's just a wheel that's going to work, and I've used it and it's quite a nice wheel. Any chance you'll be trying out that wheel, Alex Wade? Yeah, we'll be doing it. Alex is actually going to come over, and Alex is going to stay the weekend. We're going to do loads of stuff in the studio. We're going to test stuff out, and we're going to make some stuff as well. So we had a clash of calendars, which actually meant to happen already. So we're rescheduling it. What monitor? Look at all the questions coming. What monitor is the best option to bolt to a rig? I would say get the 34-inch ultra wide. If you can. What's your budget and what you're thinking? Who would win an iRacing race, Sam or Kireth? We should find out next time. We just need to get another PC, and then this sim racing these shows are going to be completely different. It's going to be me on one camera, you on the other. The question is, what monitor is best to bolt to a rig? For me, I would say ultra wide.
Ultra wide. That's what I got.
What brand? Honestly, it'll be some Chinese brand you won't even be able to remember. They'll be on Amazon.
I'll tell you in a second.
Mr. D. Douglas, if a game like GT7 introduce a paid feature to allow reporting of crashes, let's say $5 a month, do you think it would get signed up many people? No, I don't think so. I think the majority of GT7 player base is much more casual than that. Papa Slug regrets from going from 32 to 55. Why do you regret that? Is it too high? AOC. They're a legit brand.
Yeah, I actually think I got it for Christmas. I think I said this is what I want.
Blacker says that'd be great. Clash of the Champions. Yeah, we can get that. We are trying to do some. We do have 2 rigs actually.
We should do try and find out how many people you got, and I could even sit at home and we can have a community race.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I do want to do an iRacing community.
We could do a community race.
And also, I want to because I want to get those ready for Castle Coombe.
Yeah.
So doing like more sessions. So I would I did a 6 hour a while ago. I don't know if you did that at Daytona. I think I did all 6 straight. I'd love to do like a 3 or a 4 at Daytona. We can match people into teams and everything.
Yeah.
Be multi-class. Get some fast repairs in there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
especially for when I fire you off.
No, I really want to do that, and we can do it one of these evenings even, and one of us can be in chat and we can just be doing it. 50.
Yeah, I mean, bang on for like a 2-hour race or an hour race, and I could be here for an hour, swap over.
Yeah, exactly. I think we did that once with GT, if I remember, something similar. Although 42 likes out of 50, if anyone's still got a like to give, let's try and get that 50. That'll be awesome. 55 can give me the same sickness I got from VR. Is it because it's very close? The thing is with a 55 on us normally, it's because you can't drop the monitor down too much because the rig's in the way. The horizon ends up being quite high up. So, and then also look how close I am to that screen.
Yeah, I mean on obviously iRacing you can change your horizon view, so you can change your seat position, so you could adjust the horizon that way.
Yeah, I guess you end up with a lot of cockpit showing them. A lot of roof showing.
So we're going middle. You can go down. So yeah, you'd have a lot of. You'd only really essentially be using the bottom half of the screen.
Yeah, which a lot. To be fair, actually, have a look at your TV or monitor and see if it has an ultra wide mode built into it, because a lot of them will actually reformat.
Exactly, you'll lose the bottom bit and the top bit, but it'll, have a look at that.
Is there any motorbike simulator on the way from VR? There is a VR motorbike sim out there. It's been out for a while. It's actually the official World Superbike game, so that's been out for a while. Matty Mima, appreciate response. I'm trying to trail brake using an input overlay since my pedals suck. I heard you want to use between 2 and 10. So the way I always think about it, trail braking, is you should be braking 100% into the corner. Let's just say it's a corner. There's no issue with ABS, whatever. Let's say you're braking 100%. You should start to ease off the brake near the end of the braking phase and smoothly turn in kind of like sync with as you're getting off the brake. You should feel the car turn in. That's trail braking. It's not like 2 to 10 brake use. I don't think has anything.
No, I mean for me, mine's slightly different. So I will hard brake, hit it, but then I'll near enough hit it instantly and then back off a little bit to about 80-75%. And then ease it off as I'm getting more closer to the apex. If I've overshot, back on it again, maybe downshift a bit just to get rotation.
I think the thing that people don't talk about trail brake is almost like the opposite. Like you said, if you get it a bit wrong, your instinct should be straighten up on the brake, not turn more. Yeah.
And then if you do need that rotation, drop a gear.
That's probably the sign of an experienced sim racer. If we go into Monza turn 1, and let's say we've tried to go for an overtake or we're trying to get a qualifying lap, and we're like, oh, I overcooked that a little bit. Yeah. And a novice driver is going to be like, I'm going to miss the corner, and they're going to turn
Put more lock on.
And that's the opposite of trail braking. Yeah. Like, the reason why that's a terrible idea is while trail braking is such a good idea. Whereas a pro driver is going to be like, I'm going to keep the wheel straight, and yes, I'm going to go a little bit deep, but I'm still going to make the corner. Yeah. And then you're going to do the trail. You're still going to do the trail braking phase later.
And the reason that is if your wheels are pointing forwards, there's more contact patch on it than if they're like that trying to brake. Because if they're diagonal trying to brake, you have a really thin area of contact. Whereas if obviously it's a tyre, it's a really thin area of contact anyway. But if they're dead straight, you have a bigger patch.
Doug, still waiting for FANATEC to release podium pedals. I've been holding off buying the sim nets.
Everyone's waiting for them.
Well, I'm using sim. In fact, I just bolted on the clutch. Don't know if you can see.
Which one? This one?
Put the clutch on. SimNet clutch is on. No, that one.
Oh yeah, I was doing that. I like the way you didn't want to move the brake pedal.
No, so it's very close. It's very close. Yeah. It's one where you can brake and hit the clutch. Yeah. It's probably not good for what's it called? What's that thing? Heel and toe. Yeah. Matty, makes sense. I ride motorcycles in real life. Did you join us for the Moto America streams this weekend? And trail braking is a very natural thing for me, but I struggle in iRacing. Yeah, it must be for motorbikes, right? Because you must also in conjunction with the way you lean in.
My motorbike knowledge is so minimal. It's limited to, I think, one mini motor race in France.
Yeah.
On the indoor go-kart.
Oh, you did a mini motor race?
Yeah, on the indoor go-kart track.
Yeah.
Because we went there. We were out there for the European Sprint RC racing.
Yeah.
And we went there to go do indoor go-kart. And it was like, oh yeah, we also do mini motos.
Did everyone fall off?
My friend, so surprisingly, the one who actually has the most experience on motorbikes fell off the most, and it's probably because he was pushing the hardest.
But did everyone fall off? Like
I didn't fall off.
Oh really?
Oh, well, little thing. The tiny little thing, like it's sketchy to get your balance. But we went to do the go-karting, and it was like, well, they offered me motor. It's like we've all done go-karting. Everyone's done go-karting. It's a bit unfair for me to go do go-karting against people who've done so little. It's like let's all just jump on the mini motor.
Okay, yeah.
And that was great.
Okay. Nice. Maybe we'll need to do that. Doug's. Oh, yeah, sorry, we talked about SimNets. Oh, friendly, got the SimNets. Doug's. Are SimNets better than V3s? I wouldn't say SimNets are better than V3s, but they're not worse than V3s. They're not worse than V3s. And they're cheaper, which is the main thing. And they look.
But by the time you add haptics onto SimNets, what's that do to the price?
I think they come with the haptics. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
That's fine.
I haven't got them bolted on here. Dogs have got the V2s on, so you hate them. Dave, what's both your favourite series in iRacing? Well, actually, to be fair, I don't do Ferrari Fix these days. It's 296, isn't it? Ferrari Fix and the 488 I absolutely love.
I mainly just do GT3s. However, I've been absolutely smashing.
GT3 Challenge? What's it called?
Yeah, Challenge, FANATEC, whichever one it is. I have, however, been absolutely smashing it on road since I got my handbrake.
Yeah.
Sorry, on road, off road.
Oh, okay.
I've been absolutely smashing that since I got my handbrake. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Are you top split now?
I was top split the other day.
You on the voice chat with all Americans?
No. Not yet.
I want to do more oval. From time to time, I've got into oval, but I have massive crashes. I have massive crashes in oval.
You've missed it. The first, so obviously it's week 13. No, it's obviously week 13 in iRacing at the moment. It was GT3s at Talladega.
On the oval.
On the oval, and it was absolute madness. But I can't show anyone on here, not because it's rude or anything, because I'm not turning my phone around. It shows the bop on them. Have a look at the qualifying order. Beamer, ASCHER.
Okay.
Merc, Ford.
It really exposes the bop.
Yeah, it's really in pairs. Also, notice, pole. I had to blur out the names. Oh yeah, we some pole.
Oh, nice. Do you have a sequential shifter to go with the handbrake?
I don't. For me personally, I just have the handbrake. I probably will look at the sequential, but I have the handbrake, and it's just your cheap run-of-the-mill eBay one, like the 30 quid or $45, what it equates to. And it's been perfect. It hasn't missed a beat. One bolt came loose. I noticed that like the first day, did that up, come loose again since.
It's all aluminium.
All aluminium, really good. Does exactly what I needed to do. It's not like an on-off either. It actually has a
it's like a load cell thing, probably in it, I imagine. It must be.
Yeah, I suppose, because it's not
it's pressure you put.
Yeah, so the more pressure I put onto it, it locks it. So you'd imagine like a real cheap one would be on.
Yeah.
Like if you bind it to a button.
Yeah. SB, in your opinion, when do you think they'll release GTA? Or not this year? That'll be exciting when they tease it, because it'll be interesting to see what direction they're going. Thoughts on F1 last week? I thought Hamilton have a good season. I have not been exposed that much to the negativity. I feel like a lot of the negativity is about this. Not going to make friends here, but I feel like a lot of it is due to recent fans of Formula One trying to feel like, we're the whole old school fans.
Yeah,
you're like, you know nothing other than DRS, mate. So that's my feeling.
I mean, a lot of negativity, and it has been for years, and everyone's opinion is different to mine on this one, it seems. I generally don't mind them, like the noise. People are like, bring back V10s, bring back V12. If you've been there and seen them in person, they're deafening. You literally cannot hear yourself think. They're so loud, it's pointlessly loud. Yes, it's cool to hear on TV, but for a whole hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, absolutely deafening. No need for it. And I like two strokes. I like two-stroke noise, I like two-stroke smell. I like the loud stuff, but Formula 1's V12, V10s, so ridiculously loud, it's unreal.
Yeah.
And I welcome you.
There'll be loads of people, like, no joke, with hearing damage from that.
For sure.
Because if you go in the grandstand without earplugs,
it was unbearable. And you've got so many fans nowadays, never experienced that, but I've watched a few YouTube videos like, bring back V12, like, bring back V12. Weren't even old enough for V12.
I remember, exactly. I remember like grandstands almost like clearing out when people didn't have ear protection because you couldn't be there. You had to go and come back.
It was unnecessary. They were cool. I like old friendly saying, yes, they were awesome on TV, but actually in real life, a whole hour and 45 of them, deafening to hear.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Even I remember going to like Monaco 2013 or something. So I don't know what they were running back then.
That was a year before hybrid, so it would have been V8s.
V8s. But even back then, like being close to the track, it's like, and now, but now it is nothing.
Yeah, no, it's nowhere near as loud. But then obviously people like different noises and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, thoughts to me is like a lot of people are complaining about the racing. For me, it's just the formula is the same for everyone, and stuff like Verstappen turning up to grid without battery. For me, that's like, well, Red Bull need to work that out.
Yeah.
And like it's all racing, and so because I do the commentary, I don't listen to any of the existing commentary, and I don't even hear any of the sounds actually. I just see that data, and for me the racing was quite interesting.
It looked good. It looked, from what I was watching, it looked good. TV direction looked a bit sketchy at times, missing the wrong things, putting about. It's like, let's have the full screen of a car driving around, but let's actually have this race battle in the tiny little screen.
Yeah.
Why? There's no need for it. And yes, I want to see racing without limits, like super clipping and that silly stuff.
Mister, have you bought any gear off Temu?
Literally showed you something which I bought off Temu earlier.
Let me remember the screen. Yeah. How's that working?
Perfectly fine.
So there we go. Temu approved.
Temu approved. I bought a little 3.5 inch and I used my sim dash on it.
Yeah.
I can't show you because.
Matty says, were you saying earlier that there's an adapter for the G923 that would pair with Logitech load cells? Yes, it's called the Logitech G Racing adapter, I think. You go on their website. Basically, plug a G923 into that, and you plug the pedals into it, and they work together. It's probably a very sensible upgrade, and then you get the RS50 base 250 up.
Just in case he's one. That was all.
Yeah, we'll see you this week in China. And then I'm off to Spain weekend after for Formula E. It's even quieter.
Very quiet.
Yeah. So, any questions you want me to ask Formula E drivers? I don't know if the Gen 4 car will be there. I'm interested in the Gen 4 car because the Gen 4 car could be more.
When's that?
Next season. So
no. So when you're in
next weekend.
Oh, when I'm in sunny Sunderland.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking.
Yeah. I kind of want to see the Gen 4 car. I also want to drive the Gen 3 Evo car, but since Izzy Hammond crashed it, I don't think they're going to let any. So
Mr. Beast crashed.
$1 million of damage.
Yeah.
And they all had to cancel their holiday and everything to fix the car.
Huh?
They all had to cancel their holiday to fix the car.
Oh yeah. These staff.
Yeah.
It's absolute. Like you watch the video and it's.
What do you think? What do you think happened? Just way too much speed.
Way too much speed. Way too inexperienced, and literally looks like she doesn't know where the track's going and turns the wrong direction.
To be fair, with when like a new F1 track comes on the calendar, and I do it in the sim. I'm a very experienced sim racing driver, like very experienced. If there's a new F1 track, like the Mad Ring, right? When Madrid Ring comes on F1, I can play that for a day, and the next day I still won't really know. These street circuits, like honestly, it takes me a while on them, and I'm pretty experienced. I'm not sure she's an experienced sim racing driver.
No.
So, and I bet the time she had allocated on sim was also about shooting content and everything. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise me if in that moment
it literally looked like she drove the wrong direction.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, we've both done. You've done your Genettas. I've driven out in Spain. There's, you do a track walk and everything. You walk the whole track and blah blah blah. But there is a moment when you're going down there full chat. Like, I hope I got this corner right. Yeah, because the consequence of getting it wrong is so severe. There is that. There's early on. There's that when I'm in practice. There is that thing in my brain like, oh yeah, I hope I got this right. Like, 'cause it's all blind and like, if I misremembered, and then it's fine and you forget about it completely. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if there is an element of that. And the
panicked.
Yeah, no, exactly what we talked about earlier with trail braking. Because an experienced driver would just on the brakes, as you know. And then these cars go fast.
There's no doubt.
I'm a little bit surprised, and I might ask them. I'm a little bit surprised that they're not just restricted. Like what you could. You could restrict them to 120 or something.
I mean, it's electric. It's nice and easy.
Yeah, you could.
You turn it down. It's not as if you've got to adjust anything else.
Why not? And then if you restrict them, put a few more chicanes on the track.
You could even, to a way, restrict the speed in the corner. Let them go down the straight, but make the throttle back off way earlier than you'd ever imagine.
Yeah.
And it gives them the thrill of going fast and straight.
Yeah.
But they're less likely to crash if they're doing 50 miles
I think
an hour.
it would be interesting from a perspective actually for that. I hope they continue doing this actually. I do think it is interesting. I did actually get a lot of people talking about it, which is probably a good thing.
Like Mr. Beast one.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like from our background in karting, like, and we were just talking about Jimmy coming through and seeing him start karting, and now he's driving Auto GT3s. I'd be interested to see these influencers come in, and actually, it's a bit more technical. Like, well, who progresses the fastest?
Yeah.
Like, see more of that journey. It doesn't need to be like just drive the same track. Yeah, Jeddah is pretty brutal. Yeah, we're coming up to an hour on stream. Any last minute questions? Let us know. I'll put it on the screen in massive letters. But we did get a great flurry of questions. Let us know. And any more likes, feel free to drop them in. 44 likes at the moment. Yeah, any quick fire questions? We had no questions about the SF1. We used to get loads of questions about SF1000.
And you know what we've had no questions about? Or statements over here.
On T598.
Nothing. They've fixed it. It's been cured.
Yeah,
THRUSTMASTER have finished with it. They've done it and it's all been fixed.
Yeah.
No more issues.
Maybe next week the load cell pedal will be out. talk about that. What's track you dislike most? Yeah, I don't like Paul Ricard. I don't like Fuji.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Fuji.
No, the last sector.
With the chicane or without the chicane?
I
hate it with the chicane. I tolerate it without the chicane.
Thinking without chicane, I always go wide there. Yeah. If Fuji, turn 1 at Fuji is fine because you're screaming in there. The next corner makes no sense. So you aim for that little bollard. It's like use all the runoff. The long winding one, I don't mind that. That's quite fun actually.
The really
it's
long,
a bit like Catalunya.
Like triple apex type thing.
I don't actually even mind the next left-hander because you kind of dive.
I always feel it comes a bit too soon.
Yeah, because you never made it auto right hand side.
Yeah.
But then I like that because it's like tyre wear as Bruce and stuff. I don't mind the next right-hander, similar concept, and then the rest of it can get done. The last corner is such a bad corner because the last corner you're driving into Mount Fuji, right? You're basically driving at Mount Fuji, and then at the last moment you're like rotating all the way around like this. You're driving away from the corner. Exactly. Yeah. It's so silly.
I've never been a fan of Bathurst. I can drive it around. I can get around there right. I've just never understood the hype of Bathurst.
Corner 1's fine. You've got the long straight. Next corner. I think the first bit. I don't mind the stuff going at the top. I don't like the bit at the beginning, and I don't like coming down. The last corner, I don't mind the last corner coming out.
So you like it where it's not on the mountain. You're not a fan of it where it is on the mountain, essentially.
No, I don't like climbing the mountain. I like the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain I quite like. I hate that chicane on top of the mountain. That chicane can get done as well.
Just where you start going back down again.
Yeah. Because I feel like if I have a good run, actually getting up the mountain, I sometimes forget about the chicane.
I'm on a winner.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Friendly. It's like down with my opinion there.
GT Mega Prime or the Fanatec. New Gen is repping GT Mega even though your rig is still in the Strait of Hormuz. SB says Thrustmaster opened the GT add-on for pre-order today. Did they really? We need to get that in for review then. GT add-on. Circuits I don't like. You know what? I used to have a lot of circuits I didn't like, and over the course of time,
we've done videos on it.
Yeah, we have
circuits we didn't like.
Yeah, I still because I put Bathurst as one I didn't like in that one. I still don't like it. But I used to like if I was playing Gran Turismo, like so many circuits I didn't like. But now the amount of circuits I don't like is very small. Just over the passage of time, I've just driven them and got used to them. I really didn't used to like the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
The GP circuit.
There we go. Not that I hate it. I just do not have the patience to learn
the Nordschleife.
I just don't have the patience.
I am getting more and more into the Nordschleife.
I just don't have the patience. I don't have the daytime. Well, I do actually at the moment. But I never used to have the daytime time available to spend hours learning the Nordschleife. I
always think qualifying at the Nordschleife is a bit pointless.
Yeah. It's almost like qualifying for Daytona 24.
Well, so what I mean is qualifying is a bit pointless because the gaps are going to be so big in qualifying.
Yeah.
But then actually qualifying is so important because it's so difficult to overtake. But for me, qualifying is pointless there.
I mean, Mr. M, I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying I don't personally have the time. And it's not something where I've always been very lucky with real life racing to pick up tracks super. Like you were saying, it might take you over a day. I've been to tracks and picked them up in 2 sessions. Obviously, you refine throughout the day, but pick it up within 2 sessions. So I've always been very lucky that I can remember tracks, adapt them quite quickly. Even with that, Nordschleife, that's hours upon hours. And another thing, I know it's just a sim thing and everyone has it. I go to Nordschleife, I'm like, brilliant. I've done 2 minutes here, I've crashed. I've got to do the whole first 2 minutes to get to the next minute. Oh, I've crashed again. I've got to do the first 2 minutes. Mate, the amount of times
you do the first bit. The first bit. Yeah.
So you spent an hour getting past the first 2 minutes to then get to 2 minutes 30 to crash. Yeah. So then you spend the next time.
It's crazy how many more times you hit the first corner than the last corner going on the straight.
Oh my god.
Because I don't really know the last corner going on straight as well as know the first bit.
The first bit you've done a million times.
Even that really fast right-hander early on, that's like really sketchy. It's like, actually, I've done it so many times.
I probably haven't got that far into it yet.
Right, thanks so much everyone for joining. We'll try and do it again next week. I scheduled this one a little bit earlier, new thumbnail, so please do feel free to share the streams. And fingers crossed we'll do some more live event stuff. Certainly I'll be trying to do some stuff over in Madrid. And yeah, hopefully we've been able to answer your questions. Is something coming up tomorrow on my channel, a new product which is interesting. Which we're going to play around with. But yeah, unless there's any more last minute questions. Well, we're very close. I'm sure we'll get to 50 likes on the replay. We have people watching on replay.
Yes.
Who will smash that like button.
Just a shame it doesn't update live time.
Yeah. Thanks, Matty. Thanks, New Gen. Thanks, So Friendly. Thanks, everyone else. Dukes, Flatker as well. Dave.
Matty Moo Man.
Yes.
Matty Moo Man. What a name.
We will